The environmental impact wind energy has is mostly beneficial. First of all, wind energy is a green energy source. This means that the wind turbines do not require fuel or water and produce no carbon dioxide or any other type of air pollution. Next, the land uses for wind energy are compatible. This means that even though wind farms may cover a large amount of land, this land can be used for agriculture and other purposes. Even though wind energy may sound very eco-friendly, it also has its disadvantages toward the environment. It has been proven that bats and birds stand no chance when flying into rotating turbine blades. These are some impacts wind energy has toward the environment. There are many positive aspects when it comes to wind energy. First of all, the biggest benefit of wind energy is that it generates electricity without releasing any harmful pollutants. Also, wind energy is the second largest renewable resource. Wind energy is basically permanent since the fuel for a turbine is the sun. In addition to its efficiency, wind energy is now easily available. Homes can now produce their own wind energy and use it as a new daily resource. These turbines can produce sufficient amounts of electricity at one time thanks to technology. Speaking of technology, technology has made wind much cheaper. Wind energy is currently the cheapest source of power. Not only that, but prices to build a turbine have dropped 85% in the last 15 years. You can now save money on electricity bills because operating expenses to run a wind turbine is zero. As I said before, wind energy releases zero emissions. There is no pollution, no radioactive waste, and it does not consume any non-renewable resource. Lastly, wind energy is now self-reliant. It can be created in domestic areas and we won't need to rely on outer sources. We can now provide ourselves with all of our electrical powered needs. Even though there are many pros to wind energy, there are also many cons. The biggest issue with wind energy is that it's unreliable. Wind energy is not suitable for all locations and is not suitable for a base load of energy. This is because wind energy does not flow at the same speed all the time. Wind turbines have a costly initial investment. Wind energy is relatively new and these projects require high incentives. The equipment used to build a turbine can also be expensive due to the turbine's design. The noise a turbine makes can also be annoying. It is said that there is around 50 decibels when a turbine is in use. This is the same amount of decibels you get from a regular conversation. When wind speed is low, the amount of decibels may increase. There are also specific zoning laws that prohibit turbine construction. Certain states require a limited height. These zoning laws also may result in expensive tolls. Wildlife can also be endangered when using wind turbines. Migrating birds and other flying animals who attempt to fly in between can be slaughtered. Also, the chance of collision onto windows are more likely near areas with wind systems. These wind mechanisms are also fragile. This is because of their tall and thin steel shape. It is said that lightning and thunderstorms can easily damage or even completely destroy these wind turbines.
The turbines on the windmill capture wind energy and start moving. They spin a shaft that leads from the hub of the motor to a generator. The generator then turns the rotational energy into electricity. Generating this electricity from the wind, it is all about transferring energy from one medium to another. Wind energy is produced by the windmills. The windmills are essentially a type of generator that converts kinetic energy into electrical energy. Wind energy comes from the motion of the air. The blades on the windmill catch the wind and the windmills turn. The windmills have a internal shaft that turns inside a generator to produce electricity. The generator produces electricity by spinning a magnet inside a coil of wires. When the magnet turns, it forces electrons from the wire, and thus electricity is generated. Instead of immediately converting wind energy into electricity into power lines, wind energy can be used to charge batteries when there is no wind powering the wind turbines. The batteries are used for storing excess energy generated by wind power when there is little or no wind available. Wind energy has no real waste byproduct besides from the result of the manufacturing, transportation, installation, maintenance, removal, and disposal of the wind generation equipment. The variables that keep us from the widespread use of wind energy is the amount of space that the windmills take, the cost of power lines, the cost of the towers and blades, the turbine magnet, and the cost of the batteries that transfer and store the energy use. Wind energy has always been used, from the use of the sailboat or even the kite, but the more modern version is the windmills, which produce electricity, and it is expected to be more common around the year 2015.